Hello guys and welcome to what is about take 330 million, but welcome to our new F1 2016 career mode. This has been frustrating. I've actually recorded this about 3 times and for some reason Elgato is deciding to play silly devils on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream this series for now. I'm going to live stream it to YouTube and then I'm going to rip it off, do the editing, and yeah, and then we'll go from there and we'll push these out as and when. So yeah, we run a poll on Twitter for the run up to the week for you guys to vote for what team we were going to start, and it was incredibly tight, but yeah, as you can see on screen, this is our helmet design and that's our little dude. And car number 78 is the number we're going to take moving forward. I've done that, so let's register the details. So we put a poll up, like I say, on our Twitter, and we put in, the options were Toro Rosso, Haas, Manor, and Renault. And it was tight, but Renault did just pip the post, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to start a career with K-Mag as our teammate. Yeah, I think K-Mag's a sensible decision. I think out of the two drivers at Renault, K-Mag's certainly the number one, so we'll replace Jolly and Palmer, who are jolly off now.
Hi, I'm Emma Jenkins. I'm a specialist in contract law and I've been brought in to work as your agent.
Okay.
I'll be working to get you the best deal in the boardroom, which means you need to do the best possible job out there on the circuit. When you get new contract offers, either from new teams or an amendment to your existing offer, it'll come through me. I'll also keep you up to date on discussions behind the scenes to change your terms, or any specific goals that the team has set for you. If a contract offer does come through, I'll present to you the available offers and then you can make the call. I assume that all sounds fine?
Yeah.
Well then, good luck this season.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you later.
Bye-bye. So yeah, that's our agent. We have a new contract. Welcome to Renault Sport F1 team. We're delighted to have you on board and look forward to working closely with you in the upcoming seasons. You will start off as our second driver alongside your teammate Kevin Magnussen. We expect you to work together to help develop the car and the team as quick as possible. Now let's get out there and get some points, which we're going to do. So here's the new sort of, well, I say new layout for career, the new career mode itself. So we have our laptop where we've got our hub. There's some tutorials if you know, if you need things like that. It's all there. And then we have our hub showing the news feed. This is going to, throughout the season, the news feed's also going to show us not only the R&D development that we bring to the car, but the R&D development for those teams around us, which I think is predominantly going to be Toro Rosso and Manor. In the middle there is the rivalry system, so it's going to set us up with a rival. No surprises, it's going to be our teammate to start off. You know, I think it's too early in a career to be able to have a different rival. And then to the right there, you've got all our personal details, our driver standards, standing, our championship points, and our position within the team, which can go up and down pretty rapidly. But let's get on to, I don't remember which button was square on my wheel, to FP1. We'll start doing some R&D development. I think, to be fair, I didn't make it quite that, you know, I would have, you know, my vote was Haas, but I'm not actually overly distressed with Renault. I think, you know, we know that the Renault engine in the Red Bull is strong.
The practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we know that the Red Bull engine's strong because that's the Renault engine's in the Red Bull. So I think we need to certainly go and look at other aspects of the car a bit more maybe than the engine itself. Although some of the sort of practice runs I've done and some of the playing around, the Renault has lacked a little bit in straight lines. So Might take a little bit of practicing, but let's just not get too carried away. So when you go in, oh yeah, okay, mate. I know we're about to do that. So yeah, so you're gonna get these 3 R&D options in the race or in the free practice session. You're gonna get track acclimatization, so it's just going around acclimatizing yourself. Really, time management is, you know, hitting certain laps without doing too much damage to the tyre, and then quali pace is just testing the pace that we've got. So we'll go into a bit more detail as we go round. Let's start with the track acclimatization.
Don't push the car just yet. The track is still green.
We'll do a little bit of an outlap as well. I didn't actually mean to do an outlap, but we're going to. So while we do the outlap, as the Force India pulls out just in front of us, we're going to run for a few sort of what we're planning on doing. So I think with this 10-year career mode, I think it is going to be very immersive. It's hopefully going to be good fun. So my initial plan, as we totally run wide coming out of the pits. So yeah, the plan is this season, I think it's going to be very immersive. So I'm you know, my plan is that the free practice, the R&D, the quali run is going to be shown, albeit as a separate video to the race, and then we'll release a race video after the FP R&D quali session. So that's the plan. As ever, you know, it is up for discussion. If you don't want to see R&D, you don't want to see quali, you just want to see racing, then just let us know and I'll make them changes. You know, I don't, you know, if you don't want to see the quali, then I won't bother editing them down. So yeah, here is the clap, certainly not clap, track acclimatization. And it's going around, it's hitting the gates. And it's not just a case of sitting back and just cruising along and hitting them. You're going to be marked not only on obviously how well you hit the gate, but your speed as well. So you can't just cruise along at 2 miles an hour perfectly through every gate. You're still going to need to push for it. Unique set of gear changes through the last corner. And if you haven't already, pop over, have a look. We've pushed a review video out, release day, so that's there. Check it out. Let us know what you think. As is our style, it's more of a ramble than a... Oh, missed a gate. More of a ramble than a sort of structured review, but as is our style. I think, you know, the track acclimatization, if you are sort of relatively new to F1 or just looking to improve, it's a great way to just sort of get your eye in.
Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend. I'm over. That's all we need for now. Return to the garage pronto.
There we go. That's the first R&D run over. Not particularly taxing, but you know, it's going to pick up some useful R&D points nice and easily, so
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I think actually, in a way, it's a good thing. It just shows how careful you have to be this year. The physics behind it are just so brutal. The slightest mistake, and it does just absolutely crucify you. I'm really loving how unforgiving it is this year.
Is the car giving you some trouble out there? Don't be afraid to come in and tweak the setup if you need to, and we can chuck on a fresh set of tyres if they're getting warm.
And there you see a rather slow entry into the pits, but you do have the pit limiter now where you can do it manually. A great opportunity to win a huge wedge of time, also a great opportunity to lose a great wedge of time. So I'm certainly leaving it on because I want that, you know, I want to try and keep as much realism in that as we can. I think it's going to make for some exciting times. It's also, I think, one of them things, if you do it, that you wanna do a quick, even if you just do 1 lap, just to come in, just to work out exactly where that pit entry line or the speed limit line is, because it can catch you out.
Set us back a little.
At least it caught me out, certainly at Canada. I thought the actual pit limit line was a lot further into the pit entrance than it was. And I ended up getting 2 penalties because I done it twice. So now we're going to be on the tyre wear. Again, we're going to have to push to a delta time. As well as trying to look after the tyres. And it is tyre lap over 1 lap. It will reset every time, so you know, if you do go and absolutely burn through on 1 lap, don't panic thinking that's the whole run over. But it is going to try, you know, it is going to start to force you into adjusting your driving style. You know, I mean, I've never been one for looking after tyres. But I have found that doing these tyre wear, it is just changing my sort of approach a bit more. I mean, you'll see the excessive use of curves and that, again, just... Ooh. We'll just peak the tyre wear. Seem to do exceptionally well through that last corner, the tyre wear. I think that's the good thing with this R&D. I think not only is it going to help you to take your car up the field a bit more, but I think it is going to improve everybody's driving style this year. You know, you just start to let the car roll about a little bit more sort of thing, and take some of the scrub out that you'd normally do to get around the corner. You know, like we did on the S's, sort of going down that long straight, you know, we just let the car drift out towards the wall that a little bit more than I normally would have done. See though, seeing the car in front of me just sort of got a bit more in a race mode, and just trying to push to catch Kvyat, the difference that that's doing to the tyre deck.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So we're not going to get a perfect tyre wear run.
That's the end of the program, and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it.
So 7 minutes to try and do this quali run. We'll give it the best shot we can. But yeah, like I say, I mean, if you're running full sessions, one session will be more than enough to get all of your R&D done. Again, you can just see in that top right corner where our lap time is and the timer, the delta, and the quali run's giving you a constant countdown on that delta time.
We shouldn't see any rain, but if a storm front does appear, then we'll let you know.
See, at any point you can look and you can see how you're doing against either your target time or in qualifying against your lap time. You know, so if you're getting near the end of the session, you sort of just come past the pit entrance, you're down on time, you know, you might have been up through the first couple of sectors, but you've had a bad sector 3, you know looking at it that, right, I might as well bail, dive in, some fresh rubber and get back out on track. Yeah, and you can see where you're gaining and losing time. Well, that's a little bit worrying. Our qualifying pace is miles off the pace.
Just 30 seconds left in the session. Right, that's...
Quick look at the classification.
Just about time to get it all done.
Here are your top 3. Rosberg, Hamilton,
Roman getting a
and Sebastian
5-place
Vettel.
grid
Thank you for
penalty.
joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
Okay, so now we're going to get the introduction to the resource points. This is how, these are all points that we can use to spend to develop the car. I'll hand you over to Chris.
Good to meet you at last.
It's Chris, isn't it?
My name's Chris, and
Oh,
I'll
yeah?
be working with you as your Chief of Vehicle Development. It'll be my job to get your feedback as a driver and to direct our upgrade design in the areas that you feel are most lacking. At each Grand Prix, we can run a series of practice programs and log the performance of the car as you drive it at its limit. This gives us data that we can utilize to develop various performance improvements. In order for me to know which upgrades to prioritize, I'll need you to select a development area that you'd like us to focus on. And you can do that in the R&D section of your laptop. Anyway, that's all for now, but I'll keep you up to date, okay? I'll see you
Cheers.
soon.
No worries, Chris. Bye, mate. Again, we can see K-Mag, Anthony and Crofty sitting in the motorhome with us. And here we go. So these are our upgrades that we can have. The progress history is blacked out because we've not actually done anything yet. So we can see how we compare now to the other teams. We're sort of, well, we sit at the moment above Sauber and Manor, and a little way off Haas, which is interesting. I'm sure them lines aren't in the same place they were last night when I started my new career. But we have our areas for improvement. We have the engine power, fuel efficiency, chassis weight, downforce, front wing turning vanes, and the barge boards. Now, like I say, I think that the engine's pretty good. I think it's the chassis that we're probably going to be dropping a little bit. So I want to go for the downforce straight away, and then again, it takes time for the gear to get in, so by the next race we'll have our upgrades. Obviously, and again from here we can go scroll through. We have our hub, the R&D, the standings with the drivers, constructors title, leaderboards for online content, the trophy room. This is quite a nifty little thing that I quite like. Obviously along the top, the L2R2, you can scroll through each year of your career, and it's not just showing where you've got a trophy, it will show you your position for each race, which I think is great, that I can go back next year if I'm still at Renault and go, oh well, last year we finished in 14th at Silverstone, and then you can, you know, so you get a bit more of a comparison. And then again, still just the trophies. So we'll go to FP2, but we will just skip that straight to qualifying. Okay, now we're going to be set up with our new rival.
Looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
We'll do, Emma. So, it will... Rivalry is a head-to-head battle across multiple race weekends between you and another driver. Comparison data is tracked and compared after each qualifying and race session. Winning the rivalry awards you kudos with the team. Now, obviously, like I say, our first rivalry is going to be K-Mag. And it's quite a good little thing. It does, you'll see after quali and after the race, what aspects that we're compared to our rival against and how the scoring's done. And it's, yeah, it's quite a cool little thing. Let's just listen to our session goals.
Hi, just letting you know that we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
So it's going to be qualify 17th or higher and beat Magnussen. So nothing too strenuous really for our first season. K-Mag has a catch up with Crofty there. The track evolution is huge. It really can, you know, the difference going out nearer the end of the session can make an absolute world of difference.
You've dropped to P8.
So as you can see, like I was saying in the free practice sessions, that delta time up there now is against our best lap. which is great looking and seeing it exactly, you know, in real time terms.
Conditions to remain dry for a while. I will update you if the outlook changes.
See, you know, we're sort of pretty much matching down this straight the pace that we had on the last lap. Through the S's we lost sort of 0.2 of a second. Just see that was just hurting us a little bit the whole way down that straight afterwards as well. Carrying a lot less speed down the straight. So we'll just try and get a third lap in if we can, if it's bad though. Not going to push for a fourth lap. Well, it broke us out of the 130s, but albeit only just. Roman's going to start back at the grid with his time penalty. 6 tenths quicker than K-Mag. Jumps us nicely 13 through Quali 1. Nico's coming out in front of us. Don't know how much he's going to slow us down. If he puts his foot down, he's not, but being an out lap, there's one angry Mercedes behind me from the sounds of things. We're not getting out of his way. Because we are on a flying lap, albeit we're not massively up on our time, but he's just ruined our lap. Really having Nico so close to us. We're not going to get time for another lap, so we're just going to have to sit back now. wait and see what we get from Quali 2. Lewis, 3 times 15 positions. And we got 10th. Illegal blocking twice and a collision with Verstappen. Well, that's ruined Lewis's quali and race, I think. Well, that looks to me like everyone's finished their first run, so... Which seems good a time as any to get out on a quiet track. So guys, I think we need to I mean, the first race of the season is always a bit of a shocker, so I'm not jumping up and down that I've got a Renault into Q3. But I mean, you know, if at some point through the season you're thinking, really this should be harder, it's not as difficult as it should be, just let us know. Okay, so we've got 1 lap now. I don't know if we've got enough fuel to make another lap. Driver in front.
Kvyat is ahead of you. Their best lap time is a 1:29.4.
There's not a lot between me and Kvyat.
Nice job.
Oh, we did manage to jump Kvyat in the last lap. They do say it always pays to be the last man across the line.
Here's a look at your top three. Hamilton, Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel. With
Yeah, let's rack up our resource points. We got a nice little wedge of resource points again. Now we're going to get the rivalry update. And there we go, so we're having the fastest sector all the way, giving us a good little bump. Fastest lap, 1.3 seconds. We've got a decent bit of pace compared to K-Mag. This is going to be our standing within the team. I mean, you can see how if we hadn't have achieved those, we'd have gone from 5 down to 3. Bad race, we could pretty much run out of numbers. We, would be so far in the red, and at that point I think we'd be lucky to start, to save our career and our job at Renault. Let's just see what our session goals will be for the race.
Hey, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
Cheers. So, 14th or higher, beat K-Mag, and we need to be placed 16th or higher in the driver's title. So I think, we've done the hard work at Quali to get a good, to get a good start. I think it's going to be difficult to hold P9 through the race, but anything's possible. I'm not writing ourselves off just yet. I think we could still do it. So let us know in the comments or tweet over to us what do you think for the race position tomorrow. Can we salvage a point from a 9th place qualifying in a Renault in our first race, or is it all just going to fall to pieces on race day? But I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. If you have, please hit up that like, hit that subscribe. Really helps us out. It helps the channel grow. Keeps you up to date with what we're doing. Follow us on Twitter at 1sgaming and 1sgaming extra. On Facebook at 1sgaming official. On Instagram at 1sgaming, and online at www.1sgaming.co.uk. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.